Hey Raiders fans! The season is heating up, but today we're going to talk about something that could define the next few years for our franchise, the NFL Draft. We're keeping an eye on the prospects who could make an immediate impact on the team or become stars in the future. It's a time of rebuilding, and the right choice could be the difference between falling behind or returning to the top of the AFC. So, who do you think should wear the silver and black? If you're not yet part of our community, take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel, like it, and activate the bell. Here, you'll stay up to date with everything that's going on with the Raiders, straight to the point and without any fuss. Now let's get into the details, because there are 4 names that are causing a stir in the college world, and that could be on the Raiders' radar. Let's go, Raiders Nation! The college conference championships are more than just a gateway to the football playoffs. They're also a giant showcase for young talent. This is where the big stars shine, scouts take frantic notes, and teams start to put together their draft strategies. For the Raiders, every snap of these games matters, because their future could be on the field right now. Names like Daren Porter, Carson Beck, Conerly Jr, and Damonte Capehart are just the tip of the iceberg. These players have been turning heads with their unique play and skills, and you can bet that Raiders scouts are paying close attention. As the college season winds down, our managers and coaches are planning how to turn this crop of talent into the next great NFL team. But why is this so important? Simple, a well-done draft can change the fate of an entire franchise. The Raiders have a mixed record with draft picks, but this year is their chance to hit the ground running and return to the league's elite. The first step? Identify the right names in the most important games of the year. The Raiders' defense has a clear need to reinforce the secondary. Enter Daren Porter, Iowa State cornerback. At an incredible 6 feet 4 inches tall, Porter combines speed with wingspan to compete against any wide receiver in the NFL. Additionally, his experience as a wide receiver earlier in his career gives him an advantage when anticipating routes and plays. Porter isn't just a tall, fast player. His on-field intelligence and ability to play both zone and one-on-one make him a special prospect. He's already being compared to the Seattle Seahawks' Tariq Woolen, one of the best young corners in the league. Imagine having someone of that caliber wearing the silver and black and helping to stop the AFC West aerial attacks, which feature the likes of Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. And the bonus? Porter also has special teams experience, which could be a crucial contribution from day one. If the Raiders draft him in the second round, he could be the missing piece that takes our defense to the next level. Do you think he's the right fit to bolster our secondary? Every NFL team needs to think about the future of the most important position in the game, quarterback. While many fans have their eyes on Shedeur Sanders, another option may be on the radar, Georgia's Carson Beck. He hasn't had a perfect season, but the talent is there. At 6 feet 4 inches and with a powerful arm, Beck is the kind of player who can be molded into a reliable starter. The biggest draw for Beck is the time he could have to develop. The Raiders wouldn't have to immediately move him into the starting lineup, something that often stunts the development of young QBs. He could learn slowly while the team continues to fine-tune other areas of the roster. That could ensure a smooth transition down the road. But the question is Beck the right choice? He offers an alternative if the plan with Sanders or another high-profile QB doesn't work out. Plus, Georgia's track record of developing solid NFL players gives hope that he can develop into something special. Raiders Nation, could Beck be the next great quarterback in Las Vegas? No offense can function without a solid offensive line. With Kolton Miller's contract set to expire in 2025, the Raiders need to start thinking about replacements. Oregon tackle Conerly Jr. is one of the most promising prospects in this draft. He's only 21, but he's already showing a rare combination of agility, strength, and skill. Conerly is a developmental player, but his potential is insane. He has the fluidity to match up with the best pass rushers in the league and is still young enough to mold himself into the Raiders system. With the right coaching, he could be a cornerstone of our offensive line for years to come. And we know how crucial that is in a division with defenders like Joey Bosa and Chris Jones. The question is, are the Raiders willing to invest in a project like Conerly? He may not be ready to shine on day one, but if developed correctly, he could be the next big name at left tackle. Fans, is Conerly the right player to protect our QB of the future? The Raiders have talent on the defensive line, especially when it comes to getting pressure on the quarterback. But what about stopping the run game? That's where Clemson defensive tackle Damonte Capehart comes in. At 6 feet 4 inches and 310 pounds, he's a monster in the middle of the line, ready to overwhelm blockers and close gaps against the run game. Capehart isn't a natural pass rusher, but he makes up for it with brute strength and positional intelligence. His ability to read the offense and react quickly could be a deciding factor against teams that rely heavily on the run game, like the Titans and Ravens. Plus, with a defensive coordinator like Patrick Graham, who has a history of developing defensive linemen, Capehart could reach even higher levels. If the Raiders draft him, Capehart would bring balance to our defensive line, allowing our pass rushers like Max Crosby to shine even more. Could he be the missing piece to solidify our defense? The draft is the Raiders' golden opportunity to transform their roster. Every wrong pick is costly, but a good one can change everything. Look at examples like Max Crosby, a smart pick who became one of the best players in the league. That's the kind of impact we need again. With these 4 names, Porter, Beck, Conerly, and Capehart, the Raiders can fill important holes and prepare for both the present and the future. Now is the time to decide. Do we play it safe or take a big chance on unpolished talent? The decision is in the hands of the board, but the ones who really support and feel the impact are us, the fans. So, what would you do if you were in charge of the draft? If you've made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Let's make our voices heard and support our Raiders every step of the way on this journey to the top. Let's go, Raiders Nation!